this is podcast 32. We've come a long ways.
Yeah, and we had a big break for a while.
Yeah. I haven't been on a podcast in quite a while.
Well, Mom and I were thinking that it's been probably 2 months since we even had a podcast.
Wow.
And before that, I'm not sure the last one that you were on.
I don't think so,
Yeah.
but I forget.
So it doesn't matter. Even if you say the same thing over again, people probably wouldn't even know. But I'll bet you weren't holding a popsicle that time.
No. And so this time I didn't make the Amundson family popsicle.
Oh, is there a special mixture?
Kind of. So I finally decided to add cut up fruit in it. I haven't tried it yet, but that just sounded good. So what I usually do is add some kind of like powdered flavor mix.
Like a juice mix?
And then usually either vanilla or strawberry yogurt. And then mix that up.
Ooh, yogurt.
Yeah, and then add some cut up fruit.
So that's yours. You know, when we were young, you can suck it during the. When we were young, we would make like real orange juice. You know, you get it in a kind of a can looking thing in the freezer section of the grocery store, and you mix it so it's real orange juice, or you could buy it in the jug, and we put it in a plastic cup and put it in the freezer. And then on a hot day like this, we would just scrape it with a spoon out of the cup. Yeah, you've probably seen us do that.
Yeah.
So that's what we would do when we were young.
Well, probably didn't get this hot though. This is like the hundreds right now.
Very rarely. I think for our Canadian people, it's like 41 Celsius. Here, let me check, because I have my handy dandy weather app.
If it's 80 here, then it's like 41 or something.
Well, it says it's only 37 degrees and feels like 43. So I don't know. That's still pretty warm to me. Feels and in Fahrenheit, that is. Oh, here we go. That is 99 and feels like 109.
Wow.
So yeah, no, we wouldn't get that in Canada.
No.
At least very often.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I've ever lived in Canada for that much heat.
Yeah, and the thing is, we did not have air conditioning generally in our houses up in Canada. So we just had to open the doors, get fans, and generally like kind of stay outside just in the shade, or very best, go to the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or fill up a kiddie pool.
Another thing that we would do a lot when we were your age is we'd have a little sprinkler for the lawn, and we'd run through the sprinkler. And
Well, I remember setting a lot of times I set like the hose up on like a stool, and then I made all these things for it to bounce off of. And then,
you just did that a week ago or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you set up. Mom and I watched you from our chairs, and you put on a show.
Oh yeah.
You know, so Anna's in gymnastics, and we set up some rings for her at a tree, and so she was doing skin the cat and all these things while the water was spraying on her.
But then just a few days ago, I guess it wasn't weatherproof.
They were laminated wood.
Yeah, and then it broke in half.
I am so glad that you didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So we will have to find some that are like plastic or whatever.
Probably metal, maybe.
Metal, titanium. Then they won't break. So make sure that they don't break on you. And in fact, we have plans to set up some other gymnastic type things. You have a whole plan. So what other things would you like out in front of our Amundson family building?
Some even bars.
Some even bars. Parallel bars is what they call them, right?
More rings, definitely.
More rings.
Just like mats.
Do you know a springboard would be fun?
A long trampoline.
Like the one in your... Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have lots of fun going to gymnastics. I get to watch you once a week.
Yeah.
So there's lots going on today. tell us the big thing that we did today.
That we already did?
Yeah, that we already did. And then we'll tell them about what we're going to do.
Okay, so today we went to Atwood's and we were just...
That's our farm and ranch store in our local Shakota.
We were just going to look at the chicks. But then we...
Let's look at the chicks, Dad.
So then I convinced him later on to get the whole thing. So we got 12 chicks.
Well, okay, we have, because of some dog mishaps, we only had 4 chickens left.
Yeah.
But now we finally got a good spot for them, and we were thinking, 4 chickens just isn't enough.
Yeah.
And so we go in there, and in one of the chicken cages, there were 12 pullets. And we thought, well, we don't want to leave any alone, so we better take them all.
Yeah,
Oh, and just before that, you wanted 13. No, you wanted 12 chicks.
Yeah.
And I said, well, no, I think we should only get 10. So we made a deal on 11.
And then I decided, well, I don't want the one to be lonely.
Yeah, so you ended up getting your way and getting 12. Oh, boy.
And then, so they're in the shack right there.
Yeah. All safe.
Yeah. Oh, and Shakota Band, right outside of Atwood's, they were having a hot dog sale.
For a fundraiser.
Yeah, and it was a really good deal.
Well, you could get 2 hot dogs, a bag of chips, a dessert, and a drink
For $2.
for $2.
Yeah. $2.
So we got 3 of those. One for you and me and Mum. And we sat outside of Atwood's in the shade.
With all the chicks.
With all the chicks and eating our dinner. And another little girl. Well, your band teacher's daughter came and played with them.
Yeah.
That was lots of fun. It was good to kind of meet people in the community. And of course, Mum knows everybody. So she's talking and finding people to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, with and about.
Gossip.
Yep. So we got them all set up in their new home with food and water, and we can't wait because the other ones, they're going to start laying eggs soon.
And they're that big.
Yeah, and our family, you could imagine, we eat eggs. We eat lots of eggs.
We're probably out right now. We just bought another thing. But yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite way to have eggs?
I used to like scrambled eggs with a little bit of syrup in Canada, but now I like them runny.
Fried runny?
Yeah.
Me too. Now, I still like a hard-boiled egg, except they're just a little harder to do.
In North Battleford Camp, they had the best hard-boiled eggs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always liked those.
Yeah. So tonight, or this evening, we are making a drive to Guthrie, Oklahoma for what they call a ranch rodeo.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that. Now, most rodeos, what you'll see is
timed
events, like chuck wagon races and
catching
steer wrestling and catching them, and all that kind of stuff. But here, you could have anything from cow milking contests to cutting horses, dog competitions. I don't know what else.
Really?
Maybe you'll get a chance to ride a pig or something.
Maybe, but I was looking. It's called Lazy E Arena
In Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Yeah, and there's a picture of horses on top of the trailer.
Really?
And I wonder what that's about.
Maybe we'll see that.
Yeah. But it's going to be lots of fun.
So it's a 2-hour drive there, and we're going to have lots of fun and then drive home tonight. So it'll be late at night, but I'm looking forward to it. And what else better to do on a hot day than be inside?
Yeah. At least I hope. It looks like it.
It looks like it. Maybe there's air conditioning or something like that.
I hope. Yeah.
But it'll be a good Oklahoma experience for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about gymnastics, you're still going to Loren she's helping you out with your fiddle, right? How's that going?
Really good, yeah. Next time we're going to learn Road to Columbus.
Oh, you are? Did you talk to her about that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad because Nate plays that on the mandolin, and Ira, of course, he can play anything. So that'll be fun to have all 3 of you on a song that you can play together, another song. So you're getting more and more involved with the band. How do you feel about that?
Pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but she's starting to sing some harmony with us. She's been singing lead with us for a while and doing some songs, but now she's being involved in the songs, and it's pretty exciting. It's lots of fun.
Yeah. Oh, and I started 6th grade on Thursday.
Like in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine here in Oklahoma, started on the 18th of August?
Yeah.
So what's the most exciting thing about being in grade 6?
I get to be in band again.
Mm-hmm. And you're playing
Clarinet.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite class is probably either Miss Williams or Miss Scott.
It looks like you're going to have to take a drink of that because it's melting.
There's like a straw.
Yeah,
here.
there's a straw. When it melts, you can suck it up.
Want some?
No, thanks. Maybe I'll get my own later. So that brings up some news. So we've had this Amundson family building for over a year now, and we have been doing different things in it, like recording, doing our videos, and playing ping pong. You can't see the ping pong table, but it's there. But now we're finally ready to start having people come. And we're going to have lessons. So if you want to take guitar, mandolin,
Violin.
bass, well, maybe. I mean,
I could teach.
you could teach violin. Well, why not?
The paper, though.
Yeah.
I can teach clarinet on paper.
Well, maybe so. And you could dobro. We got a dobro here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do. Ukulele. And we could teach singing. We could teach band dynamics.
We could teach for photography.
Yeah.
For Ira.
Yeah. Computer. Well, anyways, so we'll do that in person here in our building, or we could do it via the internet, virtually. So if any of you are interested in learning, especially those instruments, like bluegrass instruments, we'd love to help you out with that. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I have a question for you about the building. Are we going to be selling some stuff?
Yes, that's a good question. Because what I would like to do is, first of all, we're going to start having people come. We think it might be Wednesday evenings for sing-songs. Okay. So we can have stuff available for them for starters. And then when people come for lessons, we can have some things available for them. And that will kind of wet our feet to get, you know what that means?
Yeah. And we have a pool.
Yeah, it'll kind of wet our feet getting this to be a place where people can come and get different things like our Amundson family t-shirts, necklaces, and jewelry that you're going to make. Maybe, or whatever.
So actually, about what I'm going to sell, I'm not going to tell you everything, but I'm going to make some like flower bookmarks.
Bookmarks is a great idea.
And maybe mini canvases, like on paintings.
Right, like the one I have hanging over there. Do you see that?
Yeah,
it's waiting for you to paint on it.
Handmade, though.
Handmade canvases?
Well, okay, no, bought canvases, but then like little canvases, but then hand painted.
Oh, yeah.
Because that has like drawings on it already.
Oh, does it? So you just fill in the spots? That's more my speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't laugh.
Oh, one time, one of my friends and me, we made like a teeny tiny Bob Ross painting, number painting.
Number painting, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a total disaster because we didn't have the right paints. We didn't. Yeah.
Even Bob Ross would have been sad to see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is I might have like my own stand.
Right in here?
Yeah.
Well, why not?
And if people can come earlier, because that's when most people would be coming, like, or younger people, I think, then I could have like a craft for them to already make.
Well, sure.
That'd be fun.
Just the list is endless on things that we could do. So we've ordered a sign that will go out on the road here because we get quite a few people coming by on our road. So now they'll know where our building is. It'll have our website on it so that they can look it up, and that will direct them to like our Facebook and YouTube, and of course everything that's on our website. And so gradually things are. You've been really impatient. She'll be asking me, Dad, when are we going to open up the building? Dad, when are we going to open up the building?
Well, you did say like a year ago that we were going to open it up.
Yeah, and it's gradually happening, right? Gradually. So yeah, if you want to learn anything like that when it comes to music or instruments, just get a hold of us. We will take care of you. Now, to the professional aspect of it, I've had a lot of years teaching children, and not even my own children. I taught a lot of kids over the years, and adults as well. And so there's no age limit. Yeah. And I could say that 98% of them had fun. There's always a couple that are just there for maybe not so good reasons, but I know that if you I know that if you contact us about it, you will have fun.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably all the news that we can catch up on since you've been on last.
Yeah.
Because Mom and I were on last week. We talked about church camp a little bit, and forget what else we talked about. And we'll probably stick on a song. What, do you think you're going to play the fiddle for us today?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll just say goodbye, and we'll slip in a little editing that will
have my song.
Do you have a verse?
Maybe.
You want to give it a
actually, can you hold this? Because just in case I need to find it. Before school started, actually during Pinelo Camp, I started reading Revelation, and one night I just really wanted to see what happened next in Revelation, because it's actually a really, really interesting book, and I don't know what verse it is in, but I'll try and look. I was on chapter 4, and then I went to bed at like 11 because I read 6 chapters.
And how could I be upset when you tell me the next morning that, oh, Dad, I stayed up late. I was reading my Bible.
Actually, I read 7 chapters.
Wow.
Yeah. So
you know what?
In 11.
That Revelation itself tells you that you will be blessed if you read that.
That's really cool. I'm going to try and look for it if you have anything to say.
Oh boy, the pressure's on to say something while she's finding a verse. Okay.
Well.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, that's funny because my band teacher, she was asking questions the second day, and she was waiting on this one person to ask questions, and she started doing that.
Do you know where that's from?
No, a movie or something.
It's a game show called Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, while they're waiting.
So I can't find it, but I'll just tell you about what seemed pretty interesting to me. So, and just stuff that I learned. So, there was 7 seals, pretty sure.
Okay.
7 or 8, pretty sure 7.
Okay.
And they're pretty cool, because every time he opened another seal, something happened. Do you know what that seal was for, or will I learn?
You'll hear more about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then earlier, it might have been in the 4th or 5th chapter, maybe, there was these 4 animal things. One had, like, eyes all over it. One had wings all over it. Those were really cool to me. And, like,
Were you trying to picture what they looked like in your mind?
Yeah.
You know, people all through the ages have tried to imagine what they look like. So it's interesting, you know.
Yeah. Well, the bird kind of thing with, like, I imagine the one with the eyes, like a bird. I don't know why, not the winged one. But then, like an eagle head with a whole bunch of eyes.
I have to admit, it's been a while since I've read all through Revelation, so I'm gonna have to do it again soon.
Yeah. And then the angels.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. So, one of my grandpas, well, Grandpa Thomas, he was watching a movie about Revelation, and it was at the part where it's kind of like a gruesome part, but it was weird, but then also kind of cool. I don't know. But it's like the people who didn't go to heaven, one of the angels like appeared, and then if they did something or if they didn't have like a number on their forehead, I think, their like mouths were filled with fire, and then
Oh, wow.
yeah.
How about we just make sure we go to heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad we know how to do that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So you didn't think of the verse that you had, or?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. There's some good verses in Revelation.
Yep.
Oh, but it is Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you do need a verse for tomorrow.
Yes. Well, it's in my Bible.
Oh, okay. You got it. Okay.
Yes.
Because all the children, I guess 12 and under, they memorize a verse and they have to say it up at the front.
Yeah. 2
And-
more years. Well,
Yeah.
13.
Yeah. till you-
Actually.
And then yeah. So that's exciting.
Oh, and my cousin is turning 13 on Monday,
Aaron.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make a video of happy birthday to her.
Yeah.
And send it.
about donuts.
They live in BC. We need to pray for the people in BC. They're having a lot forest fires,
Oh, yeah.
and they're getting really burnt out and smoky, and
Yeah.
some people are having to evacuate. Mm-hmm. And so we need to pray for them that they'll
Yeah.
be safe. Well, I can see by the clock on the wall that it's time to bid you one and all.
Where? Where's the
Well,
clock?
You know, I asked Mom, she's going to put me a clock up on the wall over there,
Oh.
so I don't have to keep looking back here. But I had my phone on me this time. I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm just actually looking
Well,
at the time.
We actually have to leave at 3:30
Oh.
to make it, so
3:30?
yeah.
It's 3:28.
Oh, boy.
I guess we better go.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, and hope to see you next time.
Yeah.
I better not eat all this for you.
Well, you can have it.
Oh, okay.
I hope if you're gonna make these popsicles, I hope they work out for you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, good job. So what song was that?
That was whiskey for breakfast.
Okay, what do you like to call it?
Dr. Pepper for breakfast.
Neither is a very good idea, right?
No.
So, if someone was to ask you how long you've been playing the fiddle, how long would you say? You would just laugh?
No.
I should pull the mic up so they're not hearing my stomach growl. There we go.
But
So how long do you think?
well, I actually got interested pretty young.
Yeah.
'Cause-
You know, we have pictures of you playing with us
Really?
when you were like really little.
Well, I remember Sonora would always like leave her fiddle out, you know? And I would just go around and like pick on it, and
That's exactly why we would leave the instruments out.
so how old do you think I was? 'Cause it's
Well,
been
you
such a
were as
while.
little as 7 years old when you first started playing around with it. Like, wait a second. How old are you now? You're 11.
I remembered at least 6 or 7.
Oh, yeah, 6 or 7. But then you kind of left it for a little while, and then you picked it up again once we got to Oklahoma here.
Well, I started up again in Canada a little bit.
That's right, because you took lessons with a lady named
Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah, not Wensley.
You're right, not my sister.
No.
And you're taking lessons with a lady called Loren now.
Yep.
Yeah, and how do you like that?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's really encouraging, isn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, if someone was to ask you, what's your favorite part of a violin?
Like
What's the favorite part of the violin?
the bow or
Yeah.
Well, the body.
You like the body shape?
Yeah, I have lots of markings.
Yeah. It's becoming your
birthday.
own, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you like about the sound of a violin or a fiddle?
Well, it's definitely less. I don't know if they can see that violin over there.
Sometimes they do, but
Okay,
yeah.
but-
Your little one.
Yeah, it's way less squeaky than that because I was like,
Okay, but what do you like? What drew you to play violin?
I don't know.
You
It's
just like the sound of it?
instinct, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I have an idea. Someone was already playing guitar and mandolin
Yeah.
and bass, so you thought, oh, we'll play the fiddle. And I probably snuck into your room while you were sleeping and said, play the fiddle. Right? And then you woke up saying, hey, I think I had a dream that I should play the fiddle.
I did see your shadow one time.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm sure glad you're playing the fiddle. When it comes to bluegrass and country music, it adds a whole lot to the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to you learning more and more. So thanks for the song.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.